Welcome, everyone. I am Paula James at Art of Moving Well, and I'm here today with Vanessa Nixon. And she has a great 21-day challenge that is starting tomorrow. So just say a little bit about who you are and what you're offering.
Yeah, thank you, Paula. I'm so happy that you invited me into this little conversation today. I am a traditional naturopath, and I use natural health, natural beauty, and natural movement to kind of weave together a really strong foundation for women, particularly in midlife as they are navigating perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. And in regard to the natural movement piece, my favorite form of natural movement is belly dance. And belly dance I discovered when I was about 20 years old. And I had been a dancer all my life. But when I started learning belly dance, I was surprised by a number of things. One was that it was the most challenging form of dance I'd ever done, but also it was the most fun. And it was the form that felt the most natural to my body. And as I continued learning and practicing, I felt a sense of empowerment that I had never felt before. And it really changed the course of my life. It was one of the things, one of those times in your life that you can look back on and say, yes, this is where it all began. So belly dance was a big piece of that for me. And as I continued to learn and practice about this particular art form, I realized that it's because the movements of belly dance were actually created for a woman's body specifically. The movements were created for her body to naturally move in those ways that our bodies are supposed to move, to help us to navigate all of the periods of change that we go through as women. We're very cyclical. We have lots of different transitions in our lives, and our bodies go through a lot. And practicing these movements actually strengthens our bodies in the ways that they need to be strengthened so that they support us through all these changes. To that end, I am offering this 21-day belly dance challenge called Nourish, Nourish Yourself Through Movement. And that's kind of how I think of belly dance. It's not only fun and great exercise, but it's super nourishing.
I love that. So I think, I think a lot of good things about this, but one is I think that we often people think about exercise the way we hear about it in the culture is in terms of, number of steps per day or heart rate or all those sort of things. And then this is coming in from an entirely different angle, right? It's not about quantity, but really looking at quality of movement and the quality of your connection with yourself. So one of the ways I work a lot with movement is helping people improve brain-body connections, right? Does your brain even know how to reach all of your different parts? And if it does reach out, do they respond? And so what you're asking for here is the same sort of puzzle to be solved. Well, if I ask you to do something unusual, can you find it? And I want to toss in, because it's a piece that you haven't mentioned yet, that for older people looking to stay cognitively sharp, I haven't heard of any data showing that crossword puzzles do it. What really does help is asking yourself to do unfamiliar movements, because the reason that you need a brain in the first place is to move around in the world, right? Plants don't have brains. And so you sign up for something like this, you get a very friendly introduction from someone who's very skillful, and they're just going to be bite-sized pieces over the 21 days. And you ask yourself to do something unfamiliar, and it's just at home, so you don't have any any social embarrassment, anything. But you're going to have, I see from the write-up, you'll have a bit of a community place for people to check in, and there will be a couple of live classes. So you also won't be all alone. I mean, I think it's a wonderful introduction, and to get you moving, connecting with yourself in ways that are fun and sensual, and just being comfortable with who you are and expressing yourself in some new ways. I think it's so exciting. I just think it's a great offer.
Thank you. Thank you. And I love what you spoke about, because one of the things I often mention in my classes is we're making new neural networks, because, we're asking our bodies to do new things, as you mentioned, and we're asking, in a lot of cases, for one side of the body to do something different than the other side of the body. And so we're having, those cross neural networks between different sides of the body and different parts of the brain. And so, yes, it's amazing, not only for physical health, but for cognitive health as well. And as you said, it's a really safe, welcoming space. There actually have been studies done on how most forms of dance erode our body confidence. But belly dance does the opposite, because it's accepting and inclusive of all body types, shapes, ages, sizes. Belly dance has always been a community gathering place for women. It was actually created for women, by women, and only women danced this dance, and they only performed it for women. And the dance itself, the choreography of the dance, tells the story of womanhood. So it's all about including, accepting, and empowering women.
Oh, fantastic.
Connection with their body.
Wonderful. Okay, so the link is in the post description, and I'll tag you in that description as well. So if anyone needs to find out any more information, they can message you. And it's starting tomorrow, right? So 21 days starting from tomorrow.
It's starting from tomorrow. You get an email every day with a link to a short little lesson. Some of the lessons are only 2 minutes. Some of them are full 30-minute lessons. And then, as you said, we also do get a weekly live class, so we can come together and do all of those things that we've been learning together as a community.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I'll be talking with you again in October, and we'll talk more about some of the other services that you offer. But I just love that part of your scope of training and interest and service for women includes this very feminine form of movement. I think a lot of the, not all, but a lot of the exercises that we get more attention in the mainstream, to me, seem so much more warlike, right? They come from a competition, proving, they're practicing skills that would make you better at fighting. And I just love that this is coming from an entirely different just celebration of the female body.
Absolutely. Yes. Very feminine, very sensual, in the respect that you are tuning into your own senses, the senses in your own body. And yeah, it is definitely coming from that place of, what does it mean to be a woman? What does it mean to really express and experience that feminine energy, and how to use that to be healthier in your body and to love and accept your own body even more.
Well, and I think what a beautiful set of skills and awareness to be able to meet your body as it changes over time too, as you go through different life stages.
Yes, and just that acceptance of the fact that our bodies are supposed to change. Our culture is very focused on youth, and a very specific kind of beauty. And belly dance reminds us that our bodies are supposed to change. We're supposed to go through different life cycles and our bodies are going to look different. And that's its own beauty. That's a beauty in itself. We have a different beauty in every life stage that we go through, and belly dance supports us through all of it.
Well, Vanessa Nixon, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk with us here. Anything else you'd like to say about the challenge, or?
Well, I again just want to thank you for having this conversation with me. And I also want to just reiterate that this is a really safe space. Sometimes women feel a little bit unsure coming into something new like this. And I do have a private Facebook group where we come together in community that's very safe and welcoming and supportive. And it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you're advanced. This is for everybody to just really do something really nourishing and healthy and fun for yourself. And that's what I want it to be. I want it to be easy, simple, fun, and feel really nurturing.
What a fantastic combination. All right, so go sign up. It's at the link. So looking for women who are interested in trying something a little new and different in a very safe, welcoming, friendly community.
Yes.
Good. Thank you so much for your skills and what you're sharing with us.
Thank you.
Good. Be well.